In the world of comedy, no one holds back quite like Bill Burr, and recently, he's made his opinions clear about Howie Mandel's awkward interview with Billy Corgan of the Smashing Pumpkins. What started as a simple conversation quickly turned into an uncomfortable and bizarre moment when Howie Mandel dropped a bombshell suggestion that Billy Corgan might be his half-brother. Yes, you heard that right. Howie allegedly hinted at a familial connection to the legendary rock star. And as expected, Bill Burr wasn't having any of it. In a recent podcast, Bill Burr tore into Howie Mandel for what he considered an ill-advised and cringeworthy moment. Burr's comedic lens, sharp as ever, pointed out just how awkward the whole situation became, and his reaction is something fans of both comedy and rock music won't want to miss. Let's break down what exactly went down in that interview. It all started innocently enough with Howie Mandel, the popular comedian and TV host, sitting down with Billy Corgan. The two were engaging in what seemed like a normal conversation, with Howie being his usual energetic self. But things quickly took a strange turn when Howie, in his typical quirky fashion, made an offhand remark about how he and Corgan might share some family ties. According to Howie, the two have similarities in their facial features and personalities, leading him to speculate that they could be related. In a bizarre twist, Howie even threw out the possibility that Billy might be his half-brother. The suggestion came out of nowhere and left Billy Corgan visibly uncomfortable. He seemed taken aback, trying to brush off the comment, but Howie persisted, pushing the idea even further. The moment was so awkward that it left everyone in the room, and likely anyone watching, with a sense of second-hand embarrassment. Enter Bill Burr, who didn't hold back in criticizing Howie's approach. Burr, known for his no-nonsense, brutally honest style, didn't mince words when talking about the interview. He described it as one of the most uncomfortable and weird moments he's ever seen on a talk show. According to Burr, Howie's decision to drop a half-brother bombshell in such an uninvited way was cringeworthy at best and deeply awkward at worst. Burr went on to explain that it seemed like Howie was more interested in creating an uncomfortable, viral moment than respecting the boundaries of his guest. But Burr didn't stop there. He also pointed out the sheer oddity of the situation. Howie, who's been in the entertainment business for decades, should have known better than to spring a potentially life-altering suggestion like that on someone, especially when it had zero basis in fact. Burr made it clear that Howie's attempt to make the interview memorable by inserting such an out-of-nowhere theory just wasn't funny. Instead, it came off as lazy and, frankly, exploitative. Burr even poked fun at the idea of Howie thinking that sharing some family resemblance was enough to warrant calling someone a half-brother. He said it was a classic case of the host trying too hard to make a moment that was clearly uncomfortable, even to the people involved. Burr's criticisms were both funny and insightful, highlighting how awkward moments like this can easily cross the line from entertainment to bad taste. While Howie Mandel's intentions may have been playful or innocent, it's clear that Burr's take resonated with many people. Fans online and listeners of Burr's podcast agreed with his assessment that the interview went from quirky to cringeworthy, and they weren't wrong to be uncomfortable with Howie's persistence on the half-brother angle. It was a prime example of how a host should be careful with pushing boundaries, especially when dealing with a guest who may not be prepared for such an offbeat line of questioning. For Billy Corgan, the whole thing was just a reminder of how strange the world of celebrity interviews can be. One minute you're talking music, and the next, you're being told that you might share a family tree with someone. That kind of unexpected twist isn't something you can prepare for, especially when it involves the possibility of a connection that, frankly, isn't even true. In the end, Bill Burr's response to Howie Mandel's awkward ambush interview with Billy Corgan was an important reminder. There's a fine line between creating an entertaining moment and crossing into uncomfortable territory. While Howie Mandel is undoubtedly a comedy legend, this particular interview left many fans scratching their heads. Thanks to Bill Burr, though, we got a hilarious, no-holds-barred commentary on the situation, and it's one that will certainly keep people talking for a long time. So, what do you think? Was Howie out of line for suggesting a family connection with Billy Corgan, or is it all just part of the fun of celebrity interviews? Let us know in the comments below, and make sure to subscribe for more hot takes from Bill Burr and the latest news on the entertainment world.